Yeah.
All right, well, the hits just keep on coming for Bill Cosby. Fordham University now, a prestigious Jesuit school in New York, they are the latest institution trying to distance themselves from the legendary comedian.
The college in the Bronx is rescinding the honorary doctorate that it awarded to Cosby back in 2011. And now lawyers for supermodel Janice Dickinson, one of the dozens of women who accused Cosby of drugging and raping them, they say they want a chance to depose the comedian. What's the real chance for that? And will they get a chance?
Well, why don't we ask an attorney? Civil rights attorney Brian Claypool joins us now. So, yeah, hi, how are you? Welcome.
Good, great to be here. Great show. Glad to be a part of it.
Thank you, thanks. So, where do they stand now? What are they? They all want him to pose.
Well, yeah.
Gloria Allred is working on it. Why?
Well, the first thing you have to look at is why is she suing? She's not suing for sexual assault because the civil statute's already run long ago.
Right.
And there's no criminal prosecution because the statute on the criminal prosecution has long gone.
Right.
So you got to look at what they're suing for. She's suing for defamation. She's alleging that Cosby or his lawyer said, you made this up about having been raped, and that's allegedly defamatory. But here's the problem. I don't think Cosby said that. If Cosby didn't say it, and his lawyer said it, because we know Cosby's using his lawyers as a shield.
As a buffer.
Yeah.
If the lawyer said it, then that's protected under a California Civil Code.
Wait, she can't sue the lawyer for defamation? If the lawyer publicly went out there and said...
The comment was made in the context of pre-litigation, and under the law in California, that's protected speech.
But when the stories go out there, they
that.
just say Cosby says he didn't do it, or that these people
Cosby's
are lying. They're not
lawyers
necessarily.
say.
Yeah, so he's essentially insulated just because it was the attorney.
And the attorney's
That's the
insulated?
way it works. In fact, I was involved in a case a couple years ago involving a shooting death in San Diego against the San Diego Port Authority, and I made a comment at a press conference about one of the police officers allegedly having anti-gay sentiment, and they threatened a lawsuit against me for defamation. I was able to rebuff that through this privilege under the California Civil Code.
Lawyers get to say whatever
Lawyers
they want?
can get, well, not anything they want,
If
but here's the point. The rationale behind it is you want to have full advocacy for your clients when cases break.
I see.
And so you don't want to quell a lawyer's ability, for example, to go out there. I mean, Cosby should have an opportunity to defend himself. If somebody says you shot your neighbor in the back last night at your apartment complex, you hire a lawyer. Can't your lawyer come out and say, that person made it up? That's not true. That's really the rationale here. So I don't think they're going to be able to get the deposition of Cosby. And in fact, I'm going to go one step further. I really think that this lawsuit is going to be thrown out of court. I don't think it has any legal factual basis or traction at all.
The defamation lawsuit.
The defamation lawsuit is going to get thrown out.
All right, we also want to ask you about this, an update on that story out of Texas, the high school football players who attacked a referee. This was during that game. The assistant coach accused of ordering the attack has resigned. Could he now face criminal charges now that he admitted to ordering essentially an attack?
Bob, he should face criminal charges. He should. I mean, where's the prosecutor been in Texas? I haven't heard a thing about anybody being prosecuted in this. And I being a child advocate too, and I handle a lot of sexual assault and physical assault cases. In fact, I have the La Puente hazing case out here, where students, hazed other kids. And I have a real problem with why there is nobody being prosecuted in this. The assistant coach could legally be charged with what's called aiding and abetting the commission of a battery.
But the kids are the ones that carried out that hit.
Right, the kids carried it out. In my opinion, I think
shouldn't they be held responsible for
should be too, absolutely. They should be held responsible. They should be prosecuted as juveniles. And also the coach should be prosecuted for aiding and abetting. That's really accomplice liability. I think all three of them should be prosecuted. It sends the wrong message. When this happens, we see it on TV.
Yeah.
That referee could have had his back broken or been paralyzed.
Yeah.
But why has nobody been prosecuted?
Yeah.
I have a real problem with that. It sends the wrong message.
All right. And we also want to ask you about this story out of about Yelp.
So this woman, New York woman, ordered to pay a business $1,000 for trashing it on Yelp. The New York Daily News reports Emily Finelli hired Mr. Sandless to redo her floors. She wasn't happy with them. She went on several websites, including Yelp, trashed the business, called the owner a scammer who will destroy your floors. She called him a liar, an abuser, I think. She
a
BSer, excuse me. The way it was written, I didn't.
I think he did my floors. He
yeah,
did.
She also said, if you want your floors to look like Bleep, go with him. Come on, it's Yelp. I mean, this is what Yelp is for, is it
Oh,
not?
no, I totally disagree with that.
Oh.
In fact, here's what I say to that judge. Congratulations. Finally, somebody holds a person accountable for abusing Yelp. Yelp should be a place where you express a fact. For example, if you go to a restaurant and you get bad service, then you type on Yelp, I went to so-and-so's restaurant,
Listen.
I got bad service. But wait, when you start going one step further and you are personally attacking the integrity of the restaurant owner, calling them a con artist
What if it's
or a
true?
scam, but it's not true
How do
here.
you
There's
know?
not- but that,
How do you know
can't-
Mr. Sandless wasn't the worst floor guy ever, and
That's
all of her comments
There's
are
a difference.
legitimate?
I think the boundary is you can say he did a terrible job doing my floor.
So
but
the
you can't-
wording-
Absolutely, the wording does matter. You can't then say he's a con artist.
You don't have a
It's a
right to
public
stand on a street
domain,
corner
though.
in front of a business and say, this place scanned me, this place is the worst place, don't eat here.
You
They've
do
got
have that
roaches.
right.
Right? I mean, you have a right to really speak your mind if you want to do it.
You do, but Yelp's a different mechanism. That's a conduit through which thousands and probably millions of people look to as a source to whether they want to use a business owner. So when you are abusing, to me it's a privilege to be able to go on Yelp and say what you want about a business. There has to be a check and balance. I think the judge did the
Why?
right, because it could ruin somebody's business.
Right, but
What,
don't we-
you
don't-
could be, what's
But I
to
would
say?
like to know if he's the worst floor guy and a BSer, as she put it. That would help me find a guy
But
to do my tile.
She can't make that decision for you. She can only state that she had a bad experience. She can't call him a scammer or a con artist.
Brian Claypool, I don't know if I'm with you on the Yelp thing, but everything else we agree.
I'll let you know how he does on my floor.
All right.
Hey,
Brian,
vested interest, that's what it's about.
thanks for coming in. Appreciate
Thanks
it,
for
Brian.
having me.